It is time. It is the place. And you have reached Monkey Business. This is Barry White. It's after midnight. Somewhere in the world it is.
I was going to say, I'm used to looking at you across the studio.
You're used to be sitting right next to you.
Right, and it's better if you're sitting next to me because
you don't see the expression on my face.
I can't see your face normally, and it's better.
Are you commenting about my face? What's wrong with my face? Never mind.
You have a face for radio?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Let me start that
That's
again.
not what you told me the other night, baby.
No.
All right.
We're supposed to keep that secret.
This is Chris, your host extraordinaire, and is with me as always the ever lovely and ever present Billy DeTore.
He's lovely.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey.
The legend in her own mind, Tanya Metris.
I am in my own mind. They know me there.
My bouncing baby boy Ian is with us today. Dolly, the ever present, is always with us, and Zach and Rob, my own private Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. I almost screwed that up and said it the way you were trying to say it. Yeah.
Rosenstern and Guildenkrantz.
Rosenstern and Guildenkrantz.
Have you seen the Rosenfern and
yes.
Gildenplants?
And in the studio with us
for a second time.
For the second time, she came in from Rome, Utica, is the lovely and vivacious Sherry.
Hello.
Our new co-producer. She actually has an official title, so now when she comes up and she oversteps her bounds, she actually has a reason for it now. She loves it. We've been giving her license. She can fire Chris. That's true. I gave her the license to do it. That's amazing.
That's okay. Please don't fire him because then that makes me the host.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
I will walk out that damn door.
Well,
I'll walk in that one next, but I'll walk out that door right over there.
I like you better than Chris, so that's not going to happen.
Good boy.
Nice. I'm in trouble. When you have checks and balances on the host, things get a little bit more interesting. It's all good.
The two redheads will tag team you.
I see one redhead.
I've got red in there.
You know, honey. You're a very lovely brown.
It's faded.
It's very, very lovely, very natural brown.
You meant me. Gingers have
yes. Sherry's husband Chris is sitting on the couch at the moment in the studio, and
there's more purple back there.
There's more purple back there than red sunshine, but we'll roll with it. And the last but not least, in the fan club, the president of the Monkey Business fan club, Ilana, the legendary monkey girl herself, is hanging out on the couch today.
I saw that she had a monkey with her.
We got a lot of people in the studio today. Luckily, we don't have anybody on the phone, so we can't keep track of. There's so many voices I can keep track of today. But Sybil and Deanna are not with us today. We love them. We miss them. Blowing kisses. Anyway, what are we talking about today? We had a couple of ideas. Billy, you come up with some great ones.
Yeah.
If we were to recast any of the
superhero
movies, if we were going to recast them, or more to the point,
who hasn't gotten one that should have one?
Exactly. So
I should have. Never mind.
What's that?
I was going to say I should have one.
You should have a movie?
Nope.
Based on your life with the Mighty Monkey Corporation and the trials and tribulations of Tanya going through everything with us.
So what's your superpower?
Patience. She's infinitely patient.
My super weapon is duct tape in order to keep Chris and Dan all together.
Keeping Dan on the line is not hard. It's
unless it's convention weekend.
Unless it's convention weekend, then it's all bets are off at that point.
My superpower is organization.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
that's my super skill.
Yes.
That little rub off on me then.
So right off the bat,
Thank you.
I'm going to go to Billy.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask Billy, is there a current movie that has not been made with a character that should get a couple of hours on the silver screen yet?
Ooh. Let's see.
No, sorry.
Well, it's funny you say. I was just thinking about that in Nightwing.
The original Robin, Dick Grayson.
Alana back here is like, woo!
I know there's somebody who's working on a fan film. I see the trailers pop up on YouTube every so often. There's somebody who's working on a Nightwing fan film, which looks like it's going to have some decent production value. I know that's important to you, Dolly, because the cinematographer in you over there is going to be mindful of that. So Nightwing is going to be your first vote.
Nightwing and also Deadman. I don't know if you know Deadman.
I know the name, but I don't think I've ever really followed the story at all.
He's just sort of a guilty pleasure of mine. Gymnast named Boston Brand.
Okay.
Was assassinated. He was a trapeze artist. This seems to happen to all the trapeze artists in the DC universe. He was shot and killed, and his ghost spirit tries to find his assassin, and he can inhabit the bodies of other people towards that purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, great Neil Adams art in the early Deadman comics, too.
Yeah.
That was one of Neil Adams' first.
Oh, okay. Neil Adams is behind that. I did not know that.
he was just in Justice League Dark, the animated series.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deadman?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to learn more about this character then. There's a lot of excitement in the room about that. They're all perking up like, hey, wait, it's interesting.
I have the Big Deadman Omnibus by Neil Adams at home.
Okay.
If you'd ever like to check that out.
One of these days when I finally go through Star Trek the animated series and return that to you.
It's funny you say that. I was just wondering, did I lend that to Tanya?
No, I have it.
No, we have a copy.
Okay. It's in my my TV cabinet staring at me every day.
I just watched those about a couple months ago.
I know. I really need to.
Pretty good.
And those are the cards that are currently out at Dave & Buster's. It's the Star Trek animated series cards that you can collect and things like that in order to turn in for bonus points.
All right.
Yeah, but Dead Man would be good because I watched Justice League Dark. I got it at home, and his character was there was some humor behind him.
He's very sarcastic.
Yeah, despite him being dead in his whole mission, he still had some humor behind him. So I can see that being a good movie.
Now, is Dead Man kind of like Deadpool?
No.
Okay.
No.
The different kind of take on it.
Different deads.
He possesses people. He can go into people's bodies and possess them.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Okay. Maximum effort. Anyway. How about you, Tanya? Do you have a particular character or a movie?
This is totally
totally outside your venue, your realm.
It's not currently NCIS. So.
It's not current. Tanya has
I'm going to bring this up in every podcast.
Tanya has been diligently watching NCIS
I'm
for the past month and a half.
Season 11. Gibbs' dad just passed away.
I think Ralph Dibny, a long-aided man, shows up in season 12. So.
The what?
No, never.
Oh boy! Plastic Man wasn't available.
Wowzers!
So yeah, I'm like, I watch the superhero movies and things like that, but that's definitely not my forte. Okay. I couldn't tell you.
All right, very good.
Maybe Beast.
Well, then I'm going to go.
X-Files or X-Files.
X-Men.
Oh, Lordy Jesus!
Oh, I'm tired. X-Files, X-Men, something like that. It started with an X.
Before our next podcasting session, remember, everybody get at least 8 hours of sleep.
And you included?
I'm not going to ask for the impossible. All right. Sherry, how about you? Any input on this one yet so far?
She has a lot of notes.
The new Ms. Marvel.
The new Miss Marvel. Kamala.
Yes. Kamala Khan.
Absolutely. I think that would be a great character. I bought the first dozen of them. Because Jules read the first one, my daughter, and completely loved it. So Monkey got into it too. Yep. So we have the first dozen issues on at home right now. And I went through the first couple of issues, and they were really a lot of fun. I think they did some great things with that character so far.
Yeah, I really like her.
In fact, I just Googled that because I knew she was coming out with a movie, but not the Kamala Khan.
Yeah, it's
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
They're doing Carol Danvers up.
Yeah.
There is a comicbookresources.com article, 15 Reasons Why Kamala Khan Needs a Movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go.
You can check that out at your leisure.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, Ian.
I actually...
Wheel that microphone around. There you go, buddy.
I actually have two. I'm just going to name the one that
All right.
I know a lot about.
Give me the first.
First one is Silver Surfer, like a good origin story of him.
Okay. So some Silver Surfer
just
action.
to piggyback on that, I was thinking Galactus. Because Galactus isn't a cloud.
In the Ultimate Universe, he is.
Isn't Galactus the one that can destroy planets?
Yes, he eats planets to survive.
He looks like the guy from the Knights Who Go Neat, except he's in purple and shorts and he eats planets.
Yes.
He's scary.
And this is not the first time that Billy has made reference to Galactus being
he's not a cloud.
He's not a cloud.
He's a cloud in the Ultimate Universe, Galactus.
Galactus.
Why do I know this?
That's awesome.
Save it for the random.
That's awesome. So Silver Surfer and Galactus, which the two stories are kind of intertwined. So that's definitely a good. I did not expect you to come up with that. That's cool. Thank you, buddy.
All right, and you ready for the?
Give me another one.
Ready for the one that's completely out of the park? Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
The very technical Spider-Man.
All right, and then
grown up.
Okay. And your exposure to that was not. You didn't have the comic book, but you played him through the Spider-Man game that was for the PlayStation. Broken Shards. So that's where you got your exposure to 2099.
Yeah.
So you think 2099 Spider-Man should have his own movie?
Because he's freaking awesome. He can fly. He has the suit he has in the new movie is sort of like the 2099 one.
All right, so in Spider-Man Homecoming, because of the Tony Stark influence, he's got a little bit more of that 2099 edge.
He's not Peter Parker.
Okay.
He is a completely different person.
He is Miguel O'Hara, according to Wikipedia, the first Latino character to assume the identity of Spider-Man. What about Miles Morales?
Miles Morales was actually Latino.
Yeah. Well, what we're saying is because the 2099 Spider-Man variant has been around for a while, and Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man is more recent in terms of the timeline of it all.
Okay, I don't
they added him more in, and that was that Miles Morales, I think, is somebody. I'm going to jump in real quick. Is somebody who should probably have a movie somewhere along the line, because I really enjoyed the way they've depicted that particular character.
He's mixed.
Yeah, and he's done a really great job.
And the past Spider-Man, the sleek, cool, take him out quick, make sure nobody hears him.
Was that the film noir version?
Yeah,
the black and white.
I love him.
That was. I loved watching you play that game because it would go back these different timelines to see different takes on Spider-Man in different eras, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Take him out in different ways. Normal Spider-Man would take him out, harshly, make it quick,
beat him
fast, beat him up.
Fight.
The new one would use technology to his side. The old one would take him out sleek, quick, and
more of a ninja.
Have to change. Yeah, you have to change the way.
Very cool.
And then the Black Spider-Man, you just have fun.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to go to Dolly, and I already I'm predicting where Dolly's going to go. So
let me guess.
Yeah. But tell me...
Does she go bullets off of her wrists?
It's possible.
I'm just going to leave it alone because I don't feel like anytime soon we're going to get a good one of that. So...
Except a couple months ago.
Yeah, except a couple months ago.
Don't get it started.
It's a good action movie. But, I'm going to go... As far as movies that I would like to see remade characters, Spawn.
Okay.
I actually recently just watched the 90s abomination of it. And
it was not Todd McFarlane's vision.
I was sitting there laughing. I'm like, I love John Leguizamo, but this is so bad.
I've heard some rumbling that there might be some Spawn coming back.
That'd be nice.
Or was just Todd McFarlane doing a new series?
It might spawn a sequel.
Oh, man.
Wasn't even expecting
you're not expecting that? Wow.
When Rob is in the room, you have to always expect that.
Yeah, well, I know they're doing Venom as a horror movie.
Yeah.
So that would be cool to actually do Spawn the right way.
That should be interesting.
As a, more of a horror type thing. I think that would be cool as a remake. As far as movies that haven't been done, I was talking with my daywalker. Yeah. And we both think Martian Manhunter
should get a movie. That would be a good one.
I'm just afraid that they would over CGI it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how they look at special effects these days is, all right, we can CGI that. I'm so grateful for J.J. Abrams bringing back practical effects to Star Wars.
Yeah, I would love to see him, actually in the makeup and then just use the CGI just for, the morphing. I'd be cool with that.
Okay.
And then my last one would be actually Shazam. I
think
would make an interesting movie.
That is, yeah. And I think that's in the works because I know they're working on Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
2019.
Yep.
All right. So I know Black Adam is, you can't really do Black Adam without Shazam. Captain Marvel. I'll say Captain Marvel. It's confusing, but there you have it.
That's the thing. When they were saying Ms. Marvel,
there's a Captain Marvel, a Ms. Marvel, a Captain Marvel,
and I'm like,
the Kree, the other one.
Yeah, yeah. I am totally looking forward to the Marvel Captain Marvel. Yeah. Say that 5 times fast with Brie Larson. I'm looking forward to that, and that actually is going to. I'm going to come around to that. But Zach first, go ahead.
I know he was in one of the Abomination X-Men movies, but a proper Juggernaut.
Yes.
That's not a mutant who can randomly lose his powers.
Right.
Looking around, just because I loved the character from the animated series Mojo.
Okay.
He couldn't carry a movie, I don't think.
Uh-huh.
But he could have a part. I don't think he should get an entire 2 hours devoted to him.
The battle, I think, is Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. From the Powerpuff Girls.
He kind of had that similar kind of attitude to him.
Somebody did the opening scene of Avengers Age of Ultron, the opening battle scene to the Powerpuff Girls theme song. And it worked. It was funny.
Yeah.
It worked out really well.
Can I tell you that as a teenager, I had a guinea pig who was named Mojo?
Nice.
I had one named Rogue, and it had white and brown hair. They had the little hair split.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy. But
in talking with a friend and her son the other day, something I think would be interesting to go to the Batman universe. Why not give the Gray Ghost an actual
Interesting.
Nice.
Since he was he could be viewed as the
predecessor,
or the inspiration for Batman.
Okay.
I like that.
That could be interesting.
I like anything goofy like that. Sure.
All right, and Rob?
Years ago, having my own designs on World Conquest, I feel very bad for Victor Von Doom being portrayed in the theater. I would really like a movie, anything with him good, and I think Guy Pearce, very underrated character actor, could add that gravitas, that sinister edge.
Interesting. All right.
Because those movies are just horrible.
That was a Fantastic Four movie that's good is what's really needed.
Yes.
I have a theory
that would be The
on
Incredibles.
That. Mm-hmm. I have
you pointed that. You've made that observation a couple times.
I have a theory on how to make a good Fantastic Four movie.
Okay.
Make it a period piece.
That's what I said.
Put them in their
60s?
context.
Yeah.
We've already shown that period piece superhero movies work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the
Captain
only
America.
way that Fantastic Four works is bring them back to when they started.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Who would we cast for that?
Ooh.
The 60s. Yeah, started off in the 60s.
The Cold War, the space race.
Uh-huh.
What's a period piece?
A period piece is when something is set in a particular time frame.
At the end of a sentence that
That's
tells
not a
you to start
period piece.
another
That's
sentence.
a period.
Yeah.
Come on.
like the first
straight.
Captain America, the first Avenger was set in World War II. Okay, so that's a period piece because it's in the past. The Princess Bride, in its own way, is a period piece because it's set in the Renaissance time.
Inconceivable.
Keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. A period piece is basically something made in modern times, this year, currently, about something in the past. It's strangely not something in the future. A period piece set in the future is called sci-fi. So
yeah, but in the past, it's a period.
But yeah.
And this is part of our educational piece. That,
Yeah,
that
look at us being all educational. What? Not bad for a piece of crap.
Yeah.
All right, so
you talk about future set.
Yeah.
Frey.
Frey?
I would love to see Frey.
Frey. Tell me more.
Yes. It's a future Slayer.
Really?
There's Buffy references in it. Josh.
Oh, no,
so
it's
in the Buffyverse.
Yes, it's like hundreds of years in the future. Who is the Slayer? And she is, and her name is Frey.
Interesting.
And there's a series of comic books, eight-part comic book set. I believe.
Is it F-R-E-Y?
F-R-A-Y.
Okay.
And they actually have they go back like a callback to Buffy. There's the one scene where they talk about the Slayer of the past.
And Monk says she shows up in season 8 Buffy comics.
Okay.
In the comics, they do actually have a part where Buffy goes into the future and meets Frey, and apparently can't give it away.
Don't give it away, Monk. Don't give it away, sweetheart.
She's so excited.
But here's the thing. Let me just put it this
alone.
way. Exactly, Zach. Her excitement level alone tells me I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
I just looked it up.
That's what I love most about being part of this. The convention scene is seeing other people's excitement.
I have not seen.
And when I see people's excitement level, that just I feed off of that. It's so much fun to watch. Oh, and there it comes. I see it. Frey. Okay, and I'm seeing that on my screen right now.
Yes,
and that's
she's
phenomenal.
wonderful. She is fantastic.
Bubba, you got
right there.
Okay.
And the
Take the long
interesting
way
thing
round.
is that in this world, they've forgotten what Slayers are.
Okay.
So when she becomes the Slayer,
She's technically the last.
she's the last one, and she has no idea why all of a sudden she has these powers, and all of these really scary things are coming looking for her.
Just kind of like a Last Jedi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's really
This kind of cool. All right, so Frey, F-R-A-Y, a extension of the Buffyverse, and it is created and written by Joss Whedon, so you know it's good, and you know that Fox will try to cancel it.
which is why it needs a movie.
That's why it needs a movie, so that Fox can't cancel
so
it.
It'll be a standalone thing.
There you
and
go.
Don't have Fox produce it.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so where was I?
I was actually about in terms of movies. I do think a Martian Manhunter movie might really catch fire, but Legion of Superheroes would be something maybe because
Legion of Superheroes.
I used to love that when I was a kid, and I think it could be their Guardians of the Galaxy.
I thought about that, and I think their history is too convoluted for normal people. It really is.
That was Billy saying that.
I love the Legion, but I was thinking about that.
Or what about Namor? I mean, is
Namor
Joe Jusko
Submariner?
Yeah. Roman spelled backwards.
Right.
You're never going to let me live that one down,
No.
are you?
He didn't know it.
I didn't realize that until I was talking to Joe Jusko.
I didn't know that
And he
until
said it's
just
Roman
now.
spelled backwards. Like, I never
And
never
Joe
realized
Jusko
it.
called him Underwater Conan, and in a lot of ways he is.
It really is.
I never pieced it together.
I still don't get it because it's not.
Go ahead, Ian.
I know.
Another
Get in there.
hero that deserves a good movie. Nova.
Get right in on there. Nova?
Because
Now,
I read the whole
The
comic
older
book.
Nova or
original
his son?
The son.
Buckethead?
Buckethead.
Okay.
That's a bad point for me because I love the original Nova comic, but I thought they didn't do it organically like Peter Parker. They tried to push him along too fast.
Okay.
And that's like, okay, the parents find out everything quick. They should have taken that longer to do that. But I like that comic.
No, because
I know Ian was collecting it for quite a long time.
I got 48 of them. But,
I think something like that.
But the Buckethead in the comic book and the Spider-Man series is completely different.
They're completely different guys?
I wish they do the comic book
Okay.
more than the Spider-Man series.
From the Ultimate...
You know what? It's a thing, and I'm bad at it.
Pound on your legs.
Pound on your legs.
Because it just echoes through the whole table.
It's, again, excitement level.
I
we
get
have
it,
an
I
excitement
get it, but
level.
it goes through the table and it goes into my ears.
I know.
And in a non-superhero vein, Hot Stuff, the Little Devil.
Oh, my God.
There's
what?
Hot
There's
Stuff.
something I haven't thought of in years.
I have a Hot Stuff glass at
Nancy.
home in Red Barn. Used to put
Nancy and Sluggo.
Nancy and Sluggo. That would be because we're always looking back to those.
Oh, okay.
Those funnies. The funnies for inspiration. Like Heathcliff got his own freaking movie.
He's
Two
so
of them.
cute.
Yeah, he's a little devil.
Yeah.
We could bring in Stumbo the Giant.
I was going to say his name must be Riker.
He's not that evil. All right. Is it my turn? Okay.
Yes.
I'm.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I'm looking forward to seeing Captain Marvel because I did pick up on her and I was following her in the comic books for quite a couple of years. So I'm looking forward to seeing Carol Danvers on screen. I like Brie Larson. I've seen her in action on many occasions. I think she's a great actress. I'm hesitant because I don't know if Brie Larson was right for the part. I've had it stuck in my head, Catherine Winnick from Vikings the entire time. So I'm seeing. So right now, what I'm doing right as I'm like, I would have preferred Catherine Winnick as Carol Danvers, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to seeing it to see how it works. I know that it's going to be a period piece. We're doing a callback here because they're setting it in the 90s, 80s or 90s, I think? 90s?
I believe so. So
it's going to be interesting to see how Captain Marvel affects the Marvel Cinematic Universe because I know she's supposed to be in Infinity War as well. So I'm being cautious. I'm not writing it off like some people about their favorite heroes.
Marvel's been doing it right, though.
Okay,
well,
just saying.
As for casting, they've been doing a lot better.
But I'm sure because of their track record that Brie Larson's Carol Danvers will sell me quickly on it. I will buy into it and I will be okay with it. Yes, Monk.
Budapest needs to be a thing.
Budapest needs to be a thing.
Yes, you're
All right.
absolutely right.
So
Yes.
You and I remember Budapest.
The movie we all want to see.
the movie we
Budapest.
all want to see is Black Widow and Hawkeye in Budapest.
You and I seem to recall
Budapest very differently.
Sure, it'll be sure.
No,
it'll be
no.
fun. It'll be great. It'll
I
be
think
fun.
you have to do a movie of it. I think you got to do it.
Quick reference, though.
Yeah, he's talking to me. That's the part. Well, you always know when Ian's about to start arguing a point because he actually just starts talking to the person he wants to prove is wrong. He doesn't care about the microphone at this point. He's not an entertainer. He just wants to make sure he's getting in Dad's face. So,
Isn't that my whole job?
yeah, I know. No,
You
that's.
made me to mess with you.
Oh,
No.
okay. I'm going to use a Bill Cosby line.
I
I brought you into this
world.
world. I can take you out, make another one look just like you.
My mom says that all the time.
I was gonna say Jules looks a lot like him.
I'm
and
Jesus Christ and she's God.
Damn it. Yeah, there we go. Now we're channeling Cosby. All right, so that was our first round. And so we have Dead Man and a lot of
Nightwing.
and Nightwing.
Yeah.
And what were some of the other ones we talked about?
Sirens. Gotham City Sirens.
They're doing a TV series on that, aren't they? Isn't that coming on?
Yes, they are.
A series or a movie?
It's
I
gonna
know
be
they were doing something about
I
it.
think they were doing a series, and is Joss Whedon doing a Batgirl movie and that sort of...
I know that he was attached to Batgirl, but right now Joss Whedon is saving Justice League
That's right.
from itself.
Yeah. But I mean, Gotham City Sirens against the Birds of Prey. That would be an awesome
That would be
movie.
a fun show to
And
watch.
I don't even read DC, and I think that would be... I would be the first one in line for
Well, there's
that.
the ultimate girl power right
Absolutely.
there. That's it. Who would we cast on that one?
Well, keep the same Harley Quinn. I think she was the only...
Margot Robbie?
I think she was the only good
she's
thing...
actually confirmed.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
she was the only good thing about Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And she was so much fun. In
You were just
Suicide.
watching it last night too, weren't
Yeah,
you?
we
Yeah.
were.
So
The extended cut.
the pain is fresh.
I liked
for,
her
for
in
Sherry.
Suicide Squad. I'm not going to say I didn't like her. I think the editing kind of killed some of her jokes.
Yeah.
That's
it
why...
killed the
have you
timing
seen-
on her jokes. But
Yeah.
I liked her.
Have you seen the extended cut?
No, I don't.
It's extendedly bad.
No, because some of the things that they put back in was like an entire scene of her pretty much messing with every single member of that team, psychoanalyzing them in a really mean way.
Oh, God.
Until Katana smacks her down.
Okay. I'm going to have to see that now.
Just for that scene, it was worth watching the extended cut.
Okay. I will have to keep that in mind. All right. So, sticking with that, who would be Catwoman? Who would we want to see as Catwoman?
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. Catwoman.
Come on.
I really didn't like the last one.
You didn't like Anne Hathaway in the movies? In the Batman?
Thought she was fine. And when I first saw that Dark Knight movie...
Too wholesome.
Yes. My brain goes back to Julie Newmar, to
Eartha
Kitt. She's got to be exotic. Catwoman's got to be exotic.
So did you?
I don't know. Michelle Pfeiffer brought it to me.
Yeah, I was going to say
she wasn't terrible. No, I like Michelle Pfeiffer.
All right. Go ahead.
I have one suggestion.
Okay.
It's a bit off, but Amy Pond.
Karen Gillan?
Yeah.
As Catwoman?
Yeah. I could
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. She would be an excellent
because she's a redhead. Just it's a natural fit for her.
But truly, she's already a Marvel person.
Well,
she jumped over.
But we've here's the thing.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck is doing. He's got Daredevil and Batman under his and
Ryan Reynolds.
You know, Ryan Reynolds.
Michael Keaton, Batman, and
so crossing over that particular boundary, I'm not as stressed out about. I don't think.
Actually, I knew I just saw this 2 days ago, or actually almost a week ago now. Last Sunday, Karen Gillan reveals what DC Comics character she would like to play.
Tell me.
The Joker.
Wow. Okay. She wants to play the Joker?
And Flashpoint.
That would be actually kind of badass because she can really do Unhinged.
Let's see. Karen Gillan, best known for across the pop culture landscape for roles in Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy, blah, blah, blah. During a panel at Florida SuperCon, Gillan was asked what character she'd be willing to play in another fandom. And to the surprise of comic fans, she had a noteworthy DC Comics antagonist, the Joker, in mind.
I'm sure that stunned the audience.
Oh, can I say something, DC? Okay, I'm going to say something, DC. I'm going to play the Joker, maybe a female Joker. And a fan then informed Gillan that there is a comic precedent for a female Joker with Martha Wayne taking on the mantle in the DC 2011 event Flashpoint. That's correct. This is my calling, Gillan said with a gasp. Somebody make a call for me and let them know I'm available.
Jesus.
The fact that she didn't know that the character exists makes me not want her to play it.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're in. Wow, that's something I didn't even think about.
But then they could go, Martha!
Yeah. You too! Martha, the most common name in the DC universe. Oh, man. All right. Round 2, we did some hypothesizing. We did some armchair quarterbacking, movies that we would like to see made that probably will never get made or maybe in the horizon. But let's talk about movies that have been made and the people who have been in them and how would we have done it differently. And I'm gonna come over to this end. I'm gonna go, Rob. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
It's been said many times already. Fantastic Four.
Well, yeah, the Fantastic Four. Now, do you have suggestions? Do you have ideas?
I do think a period piece. Make it like a good goofy sci-fi film in the 50s or 60s. Cold War, goofy monsters, sense of fun.
The Mole Man.
And I still admit that you can't cast him because he's dead unless we can reanimate him. But I still think Russell Johnson, the professor from Gilligan's Island, would be a good Reed Richards.
All right, yeah.
But I mean, that's the one I can think of that really.
But who in the current stock of actors? Who could be a Reed Richards? Who could be a Ben Grimm? Who could be Susan Storm, etc.?
I know that's the one that's tough. I really can't.
You know what? I was looking around. And I saw. A lot of people are kicking around Julie Benz for Sue Storm.
Julie Benz. Why does that name sound? I know that.
Darla.
Okay, from Angel.
And Buffy.
Buffy. Yeah.
Darla.
Okay.
I think,
she would be good.
Yeah, I think
she's in her 40s now, isn't she?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we going to do a Fantastic Four where they're all like young, or are we going to go? Are we jumping right in? So, because you know how Hollywood loves to make everybody kids these days.
She looks.
She's aged really well. She's a beautiful woman. She's got great presence. So, okay, so we have a Susan Storm. Who would be Johnny?
Oh, jeez.
Actually, Eddie Redmayne for Mr. Fantastic.
Eddie Redmayne. I can see that. Yeah. Let's bring Ryan Reynolds out because he's popular for comic books.
Someone online suggests John Krasinski for Reed Richards.
Krasinski. Oh, Jim from The Office?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm not 100% sold on that one.
I'm not sold on that.
I'm not 100% sold on. I'm not writing it off, but I'm not 100% sold on that. So, all right. So we're still wishy-washy on that. Ben Grimm.
Someone. Let's see. Who's gruff but lovable?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
Hey,
the wrestler.
He almost was Cable.
He was almost Cable? Okay.
He was reading for it from what I hear.
That would have been badass.
Yeah.
Interesting. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes to mind. Bautista, yeah, absolutely. He's come a long way as an actor. He really has. He's taken his run as Drax very seriously, and I love how he's invested in it.
It was said he cried when he was offered the position.
That's amazing. And I think it's a fantastic role for him. He's done a great job with it. So yeah, as Ben Grimm, that's a different. It's a heavy. Drax is the bruiser. Thing is the bruiser, but it's a different take on it. So yeah, it would give him a chance to spread out some more acting chops on that one. So now we got a couple of ideas for Johnny. Got a good idea for Susan. We got a decent idea for Ben. Who would we go with the man himself, Captain Stretch? What?
Sam.
Jared Padalecki? Is that
Jared Padalecki, Sam and Dean, Sam Supernatural?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's too young at this point.
No.
I heard one over here. Zach Levi.
I love him.
Yes. Chuck. Oh my God, yes. Zach Levy.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Zach Levy. I can do that.
I do that. Yeah.
So would I.
I would watch anything with him.
So now for my own edification, just because I was a big fan of Chuck, if you're going to cast Zach Levy as Reed Richards, then Sue Storm has to be
Strahovski.
Yvonne Strahovski. Because they already have the chemistry.
And she's amazing.
She's awesome, and she's gorgeous, and she's got the chops for anything at this point. So yeah, there you go. So with Yvonne Strahovski as Sue Storm, then that brings clearly into Johnny Storm territory. I see a face. I cannot think of his name. Damn it. Huh?
He knocks on his head.
No. There's a face in my head, and I cannot remember the kid's name at the moment. So we'll move on. We'll just move on. All right. So yeah, Zachary Levy is Reed Richards. Bautista is the Thing.
And anything but a cloud is Galactus.
And anything is a cloud.
Paul Giamatti is Mole Man.
He's too busy playing
We're
Rhino,
throwing out Jared Padalecki because he's too young. He's a year younger than Zachary Levi.
But it's the look.
I know it's the look, but we just throw it out that he's too young. They're the same freaking age.
I acknowledge that there are times where what I say is not going to make sense to anybody.
Oh, please. And we already know that I would watch anything that Jared Padalecki
Absolutely.
would say. Please, I watched a horrible movie with him in it just a couple of months ago.
Guys, this just in. This
Jerry
is, by the
Lewis.
way, Jerry Lewis just passed away at 91.
I've had it sitting on my phone for like the last 5 minutes.
France is in mourning. The entire country.
I loved him.
But yeah,
I grew up on him.
Controversial comic titan behind Nutty Professor, MDA, Telethon, and everything else. Dead at 91.
And muscular dystrophy, Telethon.
Yeah.
By the time you listen to us in the past, but it's about a week away, 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're recording this in August. So.
Yeah.
But you guys are going to be listening to
that
it until
Brett
like October.
Spiner's hobby was he would watch the whole 24-hour telethon. That was one of his guilty pleasures. Weird trivia.
Yeah, I grew up on Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
Oh yeah,
movies. Love those. I'm a Dean girl.
Sam.
Oh, don't start.
Maybe that's where it all started.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
And we have the Cass girl over there.
Cass?
Yes.
There you go.
Wonderful.
See, there we won't argue over which guy.
Oh my God.
We can share them all out.
Ladies!
Hey, ladies!
Just bring them all in here.
All right, so movies that we would like to recast. Zach.
Well, like I said, the worst ones that I always felt was the old X-Men movies.
Mm-hmm.
For people that like Anna Paquin, she was terrible as Rogue.
Yeah.
Ruined the character. Go away. Don't do it again.
Love Anna Paquin. I am totally an Anna Paquin fan, but she was not Rogue. She was never really Rogue in my impression.
My problem with those movies was less the casting, though I really can't stand Anna Paquin, was that they took 3 of the most powerful X-Men and reduced them to damsels in distress.
Yeah.
Storm, Rogue,
and Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Come on, these are 3 of the most powerful mutants ever, and let's turn them into people needing to be rescued.
Yep.
pissed me off.
The only excuse I used for Rogue was probably before she absorbs Carol Danvers' powers, but still, it was horrible.
Yeah, but Storm.
But
Come on.
I
agree.
But I was thinking for Rogue, because I was on the interweb last night looking at it. Somebody said Lauren Cohan from Walking Dead.
From Walking Dead,
who, granted, is English, but she can do a good Southern accent.
I'm convinced with Maggie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see who it was.
Lauren Cohan, I've seen in a variety of things.
Yeah, she's been in quite a few things.
She's been in Supernatural. She had the reoccurring character there, and a lot of different things, and saw a lot more of her in Van Wilder too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I could definitely see Lauren Cohan as a rogue. That would work.
For Storm.
Storm, though.
I wrote it
the
down
young lady who played Storm in the Age of Apocalypse movie. I liked her, but again, the writing was the big evil there, and I don't think they really took her off the leash in a way that they should have. So I would give it to her. Who do we have? Who played her in the most recent Age of Apocalypse movie? Do we have that information offhand?
Mr. Google will find
Mr. Google will find it for us.
Excuse me.
Sorry for the dead air.
Well, if you're looking still like for somebody who has a good Southern accent, Tom Petty.
As Rogue.
As Rogue?
Yeah, there you go.
You got lucky, babe, because I absorbed you. Anyway.
Alexandra Shipp.
Alexandra Shipp. Yes. I liked her.
Who? The character Jubilee was in that movie?
Yes. Jubilee was in the movie.
Yes.
Jubilee was in Age of Apocalypse. It was really just, unfortunately, a glorified cameo. I was sad about that.
Towards the end?
It was towards the end, yeah. Jubilee is still one of my favorites, secondary X-Men. I always got a kick out of her. I also have a thing for Asian women, so that's a thing.
That Jubilee? The one
yes. Little sparkler in action.
Yeah, but the power that she actually has
is monstrous.
Yeah.
The only introduction I really had with Jubilee is not a good one. It's like old TV show where she was just...
Come on in, honey. Tell me what you're thinking.
The only introduction I have with Jubilee is I got some old X-Men TV show. I can't remember which one. From the library in the Kirkland Town Library. Anyways, she
exposition.
All she did was great against my nerves.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is they're so used to Jubilee being that kid. And they treat her like the stereotypical annoying kid, but her story has been so developed over the years. There's a complexity to her. There is, the hidden and the upfront, and I think it's just a really good character. She's a character that probably could use a movie of her own. Now that I'm thinking about it, but to swing back.
Well, I have thoughts on a Storm.
Go ahead,
because
form back.
Because she was actually good. The one in Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, I liked her.
The one I saw, and I kind of agree with it, is her name is Nicole Bahari. She was in Abby Mills in Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
She's got chops.
Yeah,
she can play the badass character. And I think the one that nobody has ever really done, and it's unfortunate, Angela Bassett.
Okay.
I think she would be
an older Storm, a veteran Storm, the leader
Storm.
of the X-Men Storm.
But they won't do that because she's in Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh, is she? She can be in Black Panther.
That they missed the opportunity. I think.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen in their roles. It was kind of written for them.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of written for her.
Gotcha.
To play Storm.
I see that now that you mention it. I definitely see that. That's hardcore too. She would be badass in that part. All right. So where am I now?
Recast.
Jean Grey. We were talking because we talked about Rogue. We talked about Storm. Who would we think for Jean? Who should be Famke Johnson?
She didn't do a bad job.
She was all right. She was good.
It's just that they handcuffed the character.
Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't take her off the leash enough.
No.
They really didn't.
No. And when they did it poorly.
Badly.
Very poorly.
Sophie doing well so far, do we think, as Jean Grey with the Age of Apocalypse movie?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I like her.
But who else could be a good Jean Grey?
Did you watch Castle?
From time to time, yes.
The girl who played his daughter.
Oh yeah. I can.
The daughter's name was Alexis.
Yes.
Yes.
What was the actress's name?
Well, you're right there. Again, dead air. We're specializing in it today. We're specializing in dead air today.
Molly Sequin.
Molly Sequin. Yes.
Okay.
I like her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beautiful girl, definitely. Yeah. And she wasn't just the wilting flower.
No,
she had a lot of
especially in the last season when they were pairing her up with that with the female investigator.
Ship accepted.
Ship accepted.
Lana and I may be the only ones, but we were like, are they setting them up to be a couple? I'm intrigued. I like this couple. They were very cute together.
I can think of Emily Blunt. I don't know why, but it's
Emily Blunt is good for just about anything these days.
Oh, and that actress would have been a good Storm too.
Okay, there you go. See, so now we're talking. How about you, Dolly? Do you have any movies that you would recast other than the obvious that you talk about all the time?
Well, like I said,
that we're going to disagree with you, and we're going to shout you down.
I'm just gonna not discuss that one. Anyone that I would recast? Let's see. Well, I guess I still would like to see like a Shazam movie, but I can't figure out who I would cast as Shazam himself.
Billy Batson or Captain Marvel himself. Let's see, Billy Batson, a younger. Does Billy Batson, in your mind, is he a little kid? Is he a teenager? How did he get a job in radio at the age of 10?
How do we all get a job in radio at the age of 10?
It was the 50s. It was a different time.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go back and look at that again.
Okay.
Oh, she was excellent.
I'm going to have to go back and look at the Princess Rap Battle from 2015 when she was Hermione.
Yeah, she was great.
Versus
Molly Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my daughter's favorite one. She always goes back to that one.
Just to go back to I'm sorry. That was good. Just to go back to Fantastic Four real quick. Sue Storm, Rose McIver from iZombie.
Yes, not bad.
And actually, Johnny Storm. How about Theo James? The guy who was in the Divergent things. He's hunky. He's arrogant.
I love him.
Theo James. Who was he in Divergent?
He was in those. He was 4.
He was 4.
Okay.
I had to go see it 15 times because one of my friends was just so into it. So
I see.
I have it at home.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
Theo
That's
James
not bad.
is awesome.
Does Superman need recasting or just better writing?
Better writing, I think.
Writing.
I like Henry Cavill.
I will say, though, I can't see Amy Adams as Lois Lane
No.
just because of the look.
I'm having a hard time with it.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with it. And that's not to throw shade on Amy Adams because I love her. I think she's amazing. But there's something's missing in that portrayal of Lois Lane. And I'm not even paying attention to the fact that Lois Lane is suddenly a redhead when she's usually always a brunette. That I don't care about little details like that. But there's something missing about
She's too
the way.
soft.
Is she?
She's supposed to be a. No, I really do think
Tough
she's
as nails,
she's
feisty,
brassy.
New Yorker.
Think Margot Kidder. Think of how
I do, but I never really liked Margot Kidder.
Oh, I did. I did.
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher.
I wanted to be Lois Lane when Margot Kidder played her.
Okay.
That's
All right.
who I wanted to grow up and be.
Let's see. Look at the list of faces across the top of this webpage.
These are
right
the
now.
ones that have played Lois
Pauly
Lane.
Perrette, really? Abby Shudo from NCIS?
Yeah, Superman versus the Elite.
Huh.
Exactly. I'll click it.
Oh, was that a animated?
Yep.
Was it?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Like this right above her name on the right middle of the screen here. Do you see how she's got that glamour shot? The one below the icon, down that one right there. That's I'm looking at that. That's Lois Lane. I'm looking at that right now. Pauly Perrette is Lois Lane.
Okay.
Works for me.
Yeah.
So
I can see it.
and she as she's played Abby in NCIS, she knows how to get in people's faces and how to not be intimidated by the fierce ones. Like, Gibbs never bothers her.
I'm shocked that an NCI reference came back.
Yes. Yeah, Tanya brought NCIS back in. Yep.
Back to the forefront.
I'm seeing that.
It works.
But no, I'm good with Henry Cavill as Superman, Clark Kent. I'm good with that. I just think the writing needs to just let him off the damn hook finally.
Yeah, let him be Henry Cavill.
And one of the references
Stop
they were
being sad.
well, and they were saying
We don't need emo Superman.
well, a lot of what I was hearing from on set is that in terms of the writing and the reshooting of Justice League is that I don't know if Joss Whedon's behind it or if somebody's using this whole switch as a vehicle for it, but they're going to use Superman's death when he comes back It's going to be it's going to be the guy we've all been wanting to see because he's going to be able to have that. I've come back and I'm going to reassess things and I can see the world differently now. And we're going to get the guy that we've been wanting to see for so long. That guy that Christopher Reeves put up so brilliantly. Right. And I think Brandon Routh did a great job.
He did a weak movie, but he was good.
It was a weak movie, but Brandon Routh did a great job with it.
And every TV version from George Reeves sure looked like he was 70. Tom Welling was fine in Smallville.
Yep.
Dean Cain.
The
guy
absolutely.
on Supergirl now, whose real
Tyler
name is
Tyler something or other is the guy who plays Superman on Supergirl right now, and I think he's doing a great job with it.
That's a weird thing. You don't often get a character where pretty much everybody that's played him has done a good job.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What happened?
There's things going on. Is someone looking at strange pornography over
No.
there?
I don't even. I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but I like it.
15 women Superman knocked up.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Superman got around.
Jesus.
Lois Lane.
What a man whore.
Wonder Woman?
Really? I did not know that.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, question for Dolly. A few years ago, I was at a fan expo in Toronto, and Gina Torres mentioned she would love to play Wonder Woman. Thoughts?
I have to look her up.
Gina Torres from Firefly?
From Firefly,
okay.
yes.
I thought
Zoe from Firefly.
that could have been interesting.
I'm looking her up.
You haven't watched Firefly?
I have not watched Firefly.
Much of Earth's population.
Because of everyone tells me they watch it and they want more. I'd feel bad. I mean, she's not too bad.
I would watch Gina Torres and everything.
Yeah.
She's
Good,
awesome.
good actress,
She's
good
amazing.
presence.
Yeah.
She would be a great Storm.
Ooh, there you go.
How is she with accents? Because for me,
I have no idea.
Because that was the one thing I had. I had a problem with Halle Berry because she tried the accent in the first X-Men movie, and then she just realized she wasn't doing it and gave it up for the second and the third.
See, I don't have a problem with that. I would rather have you just give up the accent than to do it badly.
Okay. Yeah. But part of the and this is where I'm going to be a stickler. I'm not often a stickler for detail, but for me, the X-Men is not only the core of X-Men is diversity. Mm-hmm. And different walks of life, different personalities, different skin tone, religion, creed, race, the whole thing, orientations, the works. X-Men has always been about diversity to me, and to do it right, you've had to be dedicated to it. You have to honor the diversity. Colossus is a Russian. Mm-hmm. Colossus in the movies was not.
Oh God!
Not until Deadpool.
That was so
now the kid had presence. He had the build. He had the look. Sure, but he didn't have the voice. And for me, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just sensitive to this. Is one of those things I'm sensitive to. Mm-hmm. If a character is an ethnicity, be the ethnicity. I want to see that respect to the other culture.
Yes.
Storm is African.
Yes.
I want to hear that accent. One, I love it. It's so melodic. It's amazing to listen to African accent. I absolutely adore it. Russian. The accent itself speaks more than the words sometimes. English accent I've been in love with since I was a kid. Accents tell me more about a person than sometimes their personality does. Mm-hmm. And so to have Halle Berry kind of try, and it was not bad, but it was okay, and then she just gave up on it. I was like, come on.
But that's my thing, is that, yes, I want to hear the accents, but I would rather hear no accent
than a butchered accent.
Are you perhaps referring to Kevin Costner as Robin Hood?
I had no problem with him not speaking in an English accent.
I think she was referring to Sean Connery in Hunt for Red October.
Oh, yes.
But I had
He's a Russian Scotsman.
I liked Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
It's a great movie.
I love
it. It was a fun movie.
Tights.
Robin Men in Tights.
Even better movie.
But I mean, I had no issue with Kevin Costner not doing an accent because I would rather have heard an American accent than a bad British accent.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
For those of you who watched Buffy, the second Slayer, the one before Faith.
I remember her vaguely. Kendra.
That was the worst African accent ever.
Yes, I agree.
Wow, she's really adamant about that.
Oh, no, it was terrible.
I'm glad I'm over here. I was afraid that her finger was going to get
Chris, have you ever
close to me.
decided that Sherry just is not expressive enough? She doesn't really, she just doesn't.
I tell you.
She holds back too much, I think.
But that's what I already love about Chadwick Bostick.
Yes, very repressed.
Chadwick Bostick is Black Panther, the accent.
Yes.
He gets it. I can't wait to see that movie.
I'm looking forward to that movie so much. It is going to be awesome.
Great movie.
One of the few white actors. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yes.
She doesn't hold back either.
No.
I don't think Monk has a gear that isn't involved in drive.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't have a park.
She may look like him.
But she's you.
But she's me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's an amalgamation of the two greatest forces in the Rome, Utica area. That's all I'm saying right now.
At least two of the scarier ones.
Wow, they're a force to be reckoned with. Are they related to Susan?
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
I was going to say, she's a force to be reckoned with,
We're all
too.
related to Susan in one way, shape, or form. Or want to be.
Yes.
All right. So where are we? How are we doing?
Yeah, where'd we go?
Let's see. I haven't looked in a while. We are at 49 minutes.
49 minutes.
With about 10 minutes of dead air somewhere in between there of us looking up stuff.
There was the cloudy
I just
Galactus.
have to say,
Yeah.
we're speaking about accents, and it just reminds me of Charlie Hunnam.
Okay.
Who I would love to see him in any of the comic book movies.
I'm going to say Charlie Hunnam Gambit.
That's actually where I was thinking, too.
Yeah.
I think he would make a great Gambit.
I know Channing Tatum is on again, off again, on again. I know Channing Tatum's the on again, off again, on again, off again for Gambit, but I would prefer
he would
Charlie.
ruin it even more than they've already ruined Gambit.
Yeah, he's definitely not a Gambit look.
No.
See, unfortunately for Monk and I, they've already used the actor we thought would have been perfect for Gambit.
Yeah, and that was in the Wolverine Origins?
No, the actor that we would like to see play Gambit is Jeremy Renner.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who we want to see.
I like
play
them
Gambit.
even more.
Yes.
I like them even more. They've become part of my tribe. I'm adopting them because they're Jeremy Renner fans.
Okay.
Woohoo!
But yeah, I mean, he's established as Hawkeye at this point.
You're right. But yeah, I can see it.
But yeah, I can see that as uncanny, because your brother's an ugly son of a bitch.
So the movie I want to see recast,
go ahead,
and done again, is Constantine.
Okay, wasn't feeling the Keanu Reeves?
No.
Yeah, the TV show was good.
TV show was good.
I want Matt Cohen.
Yeah.
I want Matt Cohen to get a Constantine movie.
To be fair, I didn't think Keanu Reeves was as bad as everybody thought.
He wasn't.
No,
terrible,
it wasn't bad. But it could have been better.
He was Constantine.
No, he wasn't. He was good in it. The guy in the TV show was great.
It was amazing.
And that's Matt Cohen.
Matt Cohen.
Yeah.
You should redo the movie with him in it. I'd be for that.
I like how they brought him in on the Arrowverse.
Well, he's also in the animated movie.
Is he? Is he the voice of Constantine?
He is the voice of Constantine.
So it's time. They're saying they've established this guy, this particular actor, as Constantine. Now it's time to give him his movie.
Yes. I will.
I think that'd be
watch it.
All over that.
Absolutely.
I would.
Anybody else? I mean, I wrote down a note to myself early on, the Bat family. So like Red Hood and the different Robins and Batgirl, but like you have Batman be in that particular movie, have Batman be like in the background, like Charlie's Angels kind of a thing. He's Charlie, and just have the whole movie centered around the various members of the Bat family, the sidekicks over the years.
And on that,
Batmite.
Azrael.
I need Batmite.
Okay. What's that?
I'm a big fan, guilty pleasure Batmite.
There you go.
Batmite.
He was the Batman version of Mr. Mixolydian.
If you go with like Batman Bad Blood storyline, Batman got kidnapped, so all the other characters came more to the forefront.
Okay.
We can do it that way.
There was a comic book series called Gotham City Central, which focused on the Gotham Police Department actually solving cases without Batman's help.
I think that's what Gotham was supposed to be like. I think that was supposed to be Gotham was the...
Now, if you're doing that, would you have Azrael come in? Because he played Batman for a while.
Yeah, the weird kind of alter Batman.
I'd go with it.
He was
Weird.
Or maybe this is the case. Bring the gray ghost out of
it.
But
there's a second time. That's the second time I've heard that name in a long, long time, and both of those instances were today.
I get him mixed up with that character, the Gentleman Ghost, that was in like Justice Society, the guy with the hat.
He's a bad guy. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, if we're going to throw that out, then I'm going to end. My last suggestion is a recast and a redo of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because that's just a great story.
Great story and
Chris, how dare you?
bad movie.
I know.
It was a very bad movie.
It was a bad movie. It was the movie that sent Sean Connery into retirement.
Yep.
That's how bad it was.
Something kind of had to at that point.
I know. Yeah.
How about Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon's ready for
a return?
But we got to keep all the Queen music.
Absolutely. Got to keep all the Queen music. That's a given.
And on that, I think the greatest American hero needs a movie.
Ralph Hinkey.
Believe it or not,
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Actually, along those lines
That
of...
worked better than I hoped.
That'll have to be our out cue music for today.
let me find that then. But as we're talking about Flash Gordon, it occurred to me Green Hornet deserves a good movie.
Yeah, because the Seth Rogen thing was horrible.
The guy who played Kato was good.
Yeah.
The effects were decent, but
Seth Rogen is
no. It's you didn't miss anything, man. As soon as I knew Seth Rogen was going to be involved in it, I was like, the dude's funny, but this is not his vehicle, man.
Who would be a good Green Hornet?
Who would be a good Green Hornet?
Let's see.
Who would be a good Green Hornet?
A Yellow Hornet.
Someone detective-wise, is there an NCIS person that could do it?
Gibbs could do it. Gibbs could do everything.
Well, Michael Weatherly.
Yeah,
Denozo.
Yeah. You know what?
Actually, that's not bad.
That's not a bad idea
really
right there.
That really isn't a bad choice.
Yep. I haven't seen the Green Hornet, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's supposed to be suave and debonair.
Because he's
Dean
not
Winchester.
He's supposed to be
Dean Winchester.
That was her. You leave me out of that.
He's supposed to be suave.
Why not Dean?
Jensen Ackles, Jensen Ackles, definitely.
I once saw someone suggest have Jared Padalecki as Nightwing and Jensen Ackles as Red Hood.
Okay,
I don't
so
exactly
Jason Todd.
agree with it because they're both huge, and with what Nightwing is supposed to be, he's supposed to be an acrobat. He should be a little bit smaller in size.
Yeah, I don't see Jared Padalecki
Moose is not graceful.
No.
He is not graceful.
I saw him dancing.
As a fellow 6'5", lanky brunette, I know grace is not on my strong suit. Yeah.
Wait, you're not Jared Padalecki?
I'm not Jared Padalecki.
God, I thought this whole time.
At one point, I have his hair, but
I've never seen
them
together.
I've never seen those two in the same spot.
And I think he's got some like the Carhartt jackets and whatever.
Yeah, I do have a Carhartt
It's
jacket.
making sense now.
Yeah.
Things are starting to fall
know.
into place.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Whenever I see the three of them doing photo shoots, cast Sam and Dean doing photo shoots for whatever magazine they're teen throbbing, and all of a sudden the two of them, there's Jensen and Misha, and they're just kind of standing around talking, but in the background is Jared, and he's just dancing around, and I'm like, that's me. I do that.
Jensen Ackles was once quoted as saying, I used to be a normal person. I was a soap opera star, and the next thing I knew, my two best friends were a 6'5" puppy and a crazy person who commissions portraits of my face done in Skittles.
Yes.
Well,
6'5" puppy.
Going back to the Green Hornet, I pulled up a picture of. I'm assuming it was
seeing it. Yeah, Van Williams and Bruce Lee.
I
see the original Kato.
I see Michael Weatherly in that face.
Yep. Michael Weatherly works for me.
Yep.
Me too.
I'm good with that idea.
Well, and since you say you never
doesn't work for me as well as it does for Tanya, apparently. Apparently, Katy Perry's been kicked out of the X-Wing, and it's been now Michael Weatherly flying that bastard.
Oh well.
TIE fighter.
Well, since you never saw the Green Hornet,
you have the X-Wings. I'll take the TIE fighter.
He's flying the TIE Intruder.
Oh,
Lord. I think at this point we're going to wrap this puppy up, Billy. I have. When we do the out, are we out queuing? We're out queuing. I can't hear it today.
I turned it off.
Okay, good. When we're done with the out cue and I say my last thing, I have a quote for you, and I'll hold it. I have written it down, so I want you to when we hit the out cue, I'm going to have you say something for me. Okay. All right. Cool. We're ready to go. Let me know when the music's playing.
I actually have the theme for America's Greatest American Hero here.
Is it playing? Awesome.
Yes. It should be.
This has been Monkey Business. More than usual. This has been a lot of Monkey Business. A product of the Mighty Monkey Corporation, purveyors and producers of the Flower City Comic Con, coming at you in June of 2018. We are begging you, like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/FC3ROC.
Let's all sing.
And we ready? Here we go.
I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
And Chris and Tanya and He's not a clown!